Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to KritzKast. It is the grand final UGC European Highlander Season 40 Platinum Division. I'm CeeJaey, joined tonight by Wiethoofd on the production and Dave as my co-caster. The rosters here tonight on the side of SDCK, we have May on Scout, Jackie Leg Soldier, T-Borden on Pyro, Buddy on Demo, Dick Sauce on Heavy, Clark Engineer, Medic is going to be Gedu, Sniper Likey, and Spy is going to be Mezzo. And on the side of Equestria Girls, we have Schmidt Shot on Scout, Mong on Soldier, Grip stepping in for Old School as a Merc on Pyro, Namba Demo, Runa Heavy, Lorne on Engineer, Assassin plus Medic, Buko Sniper, Timmy on Spy. Is this going to be very one-sided? How do you see it going tonight?
I definitely think starting off an upward here, this is SDCK's map. They have a 90 plus something win record on this map in terms of individual rounds. They haven't lost a best of they did lose one UGC game on it fairly recently, like when I say that, like 2 years ago or something. They have lost one best of 3 in the last couple of years. I think that was the failure in the grand final, but beyond that they've been pretty impervious on this map, so definitely SDCK's to lose.
Yeah, well, they're starting off strong here. Likey getting the headshot onto Buko, so no sniper in play for the defending team. Ubers are going to be traded, and it's going to be just air blasting there from Grip, keeping them away from the danger zone. Buko back in the action on the respawn, and the teleport is still up, but that sentry does go down to Dick Sauce. Buko goes down again, straight out of the blocks. Grip and the Demo and Assassin, plus he's going to get domed there by Likey on a 5 kill streak already for the SDCK sniper. Only Clark being the casualty for them. Buddy also jumping forward, managing to get Lorne. Mong also going down very late. That means no NG, no sentry. Lorne even puts lol in the chat there. Yeah, that was a pretty comprehensive and convincing first point push there.
Yeah, it all came off that initial sniper pick, and that just opened up so many avenues of attack for SDCK. They flooded it in, they overwhelmed the Equestria Girls, and Equestria were not ready for exactly what they wanted to do. Weren't sure whether they wanted to go super close and take it into SDCK. But they're going to lose Smith Shot again here. Oh, Mong does a good job peeking out into house, picking up Likey, denying just a little bit. But second cap is going to come in without too much contested. Actually, here we go. Nambo is looking to go forward. He's going to try and block the cart. There is a healthy heavy. There's a Jackie Legs in behind as well. Assassin is having to dodge away from him. Does keep himself alive. Mezzo is now in. He gets number down, so there's going to be no demo for a little bit. But there's still quite a long time here for the cart to move as SDK look to move into third.
Yeah, they have this small advantage here. They're going to use the Uber actually going into the elbow area. There's nobody there, so they're kind of wrapping around into nothing. Assassin Plus will get that Uber now. Doesn't have to use it, so a bit of a wasted Uber from SDK. Like you said there, there's a long way for the cart to go, and generally when you have this advantage, you just kind of want to hold the corner, even if it does mean you give up that advantage, but they are getting kills. Lorne gets taken down there by Likey, and that is going to be the sentry also going down. Namba dead, Buko dead. Those are 2 players that you really want alive on this point. Assassin is dancing around, Buddy is in, gets pistol down. Schmidt with the double with that pocket pistol, but look at May, managed to get that car up the first 2 ramps. Even if he dies here now, that is really good progress. And Equestria Girls 143 for the first 2 points are kind of, they got their backs to the walls here, Dave.
Yeah, Grip did go forward in that Uber, eventually take down Gedu, so it does mean Assassin has a little bit of advantage to work with. The cart has moved quite well for them. Not a disastrous scenario for Equestria Girls, despite how many players they did lose before that fight. But they're already taken quite low here. Everyone getting spammed out by Buddy going tracks. It means they wanted to go back up from that forward hold. Mong got taken out before he could make much use of his banner as well. So Cart is being back to being moved across by May, and SDCK, despite this Uber disadvantage, are committed to tracks.
Yeah, they're forcing Equestria Girls to make a decision here. Do you defend with this Uber, or do you let them have the cap? And they've used this Uber, and now the counter Uber comes in from Gedu, and they're going for May, taking a beefy amount of that Uber to try and chase down players, but they don't actually get too many down. Timmy, the Spy, the only casualty for Equestrian Girls. Big jump from Mong. Surf from Gedu is going to survive on 12 HP, manages to get away there, and in the end is SDCK who come out on top. We see Wuna and Mong both down. Those are 2 players that could really do with spamming and defending the car, and again May is just there. Assassin Plus gets backstabbed. Mezzo comes in, gets the med pick, and now this is third point surely going down here for Equestria. SDCK 4 minutes and 12 seconds. They do get a few kills here. Buddy, Clark, and Likey going down in quick succession, but the car still moves, Dave, and it's just been kind of non-stop almost so far.
Yeah, and this is an in-between phase where the picks that Red get really don't matter too much. It's just a case of can they get those players in position to go for some kind of play up top. Actually, just going to try and muscle the way in. Gedu does have that Uber ready to go should they need, and Buddy is actually able to take out Wuna with the help of Dixos. They are going to pop out now. They're going to try and take Buddy in towards the spawn. Sentry Gun is out of the equation, but Dixos actually gets domed by Buko just as that Uber is flashed off him. Jackie Legs in with the bomb. Takes that sniper down, so that's going to allow a lot more lanes open. But Timmy is in. Turns just around in time. Numbers looking to pressure forward. Gedu goes very, very low. Down to single-digit health. Will keep himself alive. Will. He's actually going to recommit here with third walking back in because Equestria Girls have been wiped by his combat classes while all that was going on. And it's going to be a pretty quick time overall.
Yeah, it's kind of irrelevant in the end, but Gedu went down to 1 HP there. Literally 1 HP surviving right at the end. But even if he had died, I think the rest of the players of SDCK would have just continued to clean up as they did very, very quick. We did see Vigil was banned by SDCK. It was played in the semi-final. Equestria Girls managing to win out on that against Bad Dragons. And something that was of note on that game that I remember from last week was that across the 2 rounds, Assassin Plus didn't die at all. Like, he got 0 deaths on 2 rounds of Upward. His team were just very, very good at protecting him. Assassin was good at keeping alive in these clutch situations. And it just constantly felt that they had an advantage. They had the heal advantage, they had the Uber advantage. So far, we've seen Assassin Plus die, you know, I'd say 3 or 4 times. And I think we've seen Gedu die once. So something that was such a big boon for them last week. You know, I'm not blaming anybody. It's just you can see the difference between a very close game and an outstanding performance versus playing against, you know, the #1 team in Europe right now. How much more pressure they are putting Equestria Girls under. But we'll have to see how their attack goes now. They're on the blue, and like you said, Dave, they're gonna have to be pretty fast. 5 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, not much time to work. I gotta make it happen quickly here. Thinking about just stacking part up like in the first crucial SVS against Buko, who had gone up to top of that house area peeking out. That means Likey has just a free range of snipe and snipe and snipe. Gets a frag onto grip. The car is not moving whatsoever. They got it reasonably close. And actually now, Timmy has found that stab onto Likey. Will definitely open things up immediately. Number looking to pressure top, looking to get Buko for those Jackie Legs first. I think perfect body sect, both that demo and that sniper, but the pressure is on right now.
Yeah, Uber's going to come out here from Equestria Girls, and it's pretty much an equal trade. Grip gets absolutely launched back towards the spawn. Nothing really achieved from the Uber, but you know that does benefit the attacking team. The Ubers are out. Assassin goes down to about 50 HP there, and then the Conch is going to come in, and Gedu does that stereotypical thing he loves to do, the Amputator Taunt, just to heal his team around. And again, you know, over the years, I've never really understood if that's any good, but at this point, he's going to tell him to stop, and it holds them off. 120 off the clock already from that time, and Equestria Girls have to really start winning these fights going forward and getting a bit of a momentum, because if they snowball this, it's still winnable, but they need to start getting those picks.
Yeah, Assassin's actually got a little bit of an advantage, maybe because of that said Amputator Tour doesn't build as often as just being one. And they're going to use him straight to take out Gedu as well, and so there's not going to be any defensive. It's okay. A lot of players alive, but a couple of them are caught. Clark is going to have to use effect out there. May is going to charge himself in, gets a lick of damage down to Assassin, but Equestria Girls have all 9 players up and looking to roar over this hill.
Yeah, there's a number of players down, but the stickies from Buddy takes down 2, Demo and Heavy. That is very, very good value from the damage coming out. Does die to Buko Snipe, but he'll be happy with his contribution here. And that's the moment Equestria Girls need to go forward. 4 players down for SDCK, no sentry up, no Ubers in play. They could have just gone forward and kept going, but as it is, individual plays coming in and proving to be huge. They are trying to go for a little bit of a backcap here, Lorne on the cart, but not managing to get much done. They do have an advantage here, Dave, but with the players alive, it's hard to see how they're going to make this worthwhile.
Yeah, trying to move through tunnel, have to pop very, very early because of probably the threat of the sniper coming in. It's stuck kind of just on cart. Everyone's just standing on top of it. Grip tries to walk in, but he's shut down by Clark's shotgun, and now May's taking Uber back straight into pressure. Goes medic assassin plays cleaned up as well. Trying to block the cart. They've lost a few players for SDCK, but they've bought a decent amount of time, and now with under 2 minutes left, it's getting into barely possible territory.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know the exact amount of time. I believe it's 40-something seconds from third to last with times 3 on the cart. So maybe if we have times 3 all the way now, all the way to last, it's going to be possible, but SDCK are well aware of their numbers. They are going to be playing accordingly, and they don't need to take any risks at this point. They just need to make sure they don't give away any space for free. They don't give any frags for free. And it's going to be hard for Equestria Girls. Not impossible, but it's going to be very, very hard. They are trying to fight in this corner at the moment. Elbow there. We do see Dixos getting some damage down, just going around the corner. Buddy is going to get sniped from Buko. May also going down, and the sentry's going to get cleaned up by Namba. So these are the kind of picks that you want if you're a fan of Equestria Girls. And they start to get more Buko on a 3-kill streak. Reflect from Grip there, and 5 down for SDCK. The cart is approaching that third point, Dave, and I did say 40-something seconds from third until last, and we're at 50 right now. Possible?
Possible. They're going to have to keep times 3 the whole way if it is going to be 43 as the time ticks over. So we will get to see, maybe there's actually a spawn camp coming in with an Uber. A melee kill comes out for Namba onto Jackie Legs. They're trying to play up top. They're trying to play for the top spawn, and actually Dixos is able to Namba assassin plus. Mon gets taken out as well, like going on a tear. The cart is still moving, but now it's briefly down to a times 2. 12 seconds left. This might just about be possible, but it's have a bit of a hold going.
Yeah, there's players alive defending the point. So, yeah, once that cart stops, that's when it starts to become not possible. 5 seconds left on the clock. The Uber is going to come in, and Buddy is going to just get a ton of damage down onto that cart, and it takes over to 0. A lot closer than maybe we would have thought. Getting the cart that far, maybe SDCK, getting rocked there on third all the way to last, but it is going to go 1-0 to SDCK for this first round. Equestria Girls showing that they've got fight in them. They're not here in this final just to make up the numbers. Dave, this is something that we've seen in UGC for years now. We have usually 1 or 2 established teams like SDCK who have been coming in consistently each season, and mixed teams like Equestria Girls. Do you think, like, in little moments like that, where, they've got the bit between their teeth, they think, yeah, we can do this, we've got 20 seconds to get the car in. Do you think that's where the synergy between an actually established team and, a mixed team just playing UGC for fun is that the big difference between the two teams?
Yeah, I think you saw it in those last few moments. There was all the momentum for Equestria Girls. They were going deep onto the spawn camp. They got the demo down into the right spawn with that Uber going. But SDCK, they just didn't panic. They knew what they had to do. They just had to get control of their top spawn, get a few players up top there together, and they'd be able to just hold on. And Equestria Girls were just a little out of sorts. They wanted to utilize that momentum. They wanted to force the spawn camp when perhaps it wasn't on, but it was their main win condition. But you could just see one team was just a little, rushing, get a little uncomfortable, and then SDCK, the champions, were unperturbed completely. Yeah,
keeping your head cool in those situations, just knowing what you need to do to see out the round. And like I said, we're on third, didn't really take too many risks, and they just kind of got wiped there. And that's going to happen. You're going to have a player go huge. You're going to see some big plays, and that can be the opening your team needs to get a chance like that, but you still need to see it off. But both snipers kind of popping off there. We saw some big snipers from both Likey and Buko. We'll have to see what happens when the roles are reversed. It is going to be Equestria Girls attacking first in this second round, and then SDCK trying to beat the time. So maybe they're more comfortable with that. We'll have to see. We are getting ready. We're going straight into it for this second round. Like you said, Dave, this is basically home turf for SDCK at this point. You know, they've played upwards so many times, and they're very, very successful on it. What do you say if you're in the locker room, so to speak, with Equestria Girls right now? What are you saying to them to kind of like get them hyped, get them in the mindset to try and win this second round?
I think they just got to play as aggressive as they can. Just really take it to SDCK. They're not going to outmaneuver them. They're not going to come out with something that SDCK won't have seen before in this map. They're not going to just kind of turn the gears in perfect mechanical fashion that SDCK won't be able to deal with. But if they literally just hold W, chance it a little bit, and take their opportunities, maybe they have a shot. But at the end of the day, maybe the other thing is there are Koth maps later on, so just a case of not overcommitting, kind of don't put all your eggs in this one map basket. Keep your mental going, potentially for later as well.
Absolutely, it can potentially be a long final, and there is going to be Koth coming up later on. We're definitely going to be playing Prute and potentially Product as a decider if we do go to a third map. We'll have to see. There's a long way to go before then. And yeah, aggression is key. Hold W and maybe just try and make them as uncomfortable as possible. But Buka going down there to the pistol of May means they're not really going to be able to get any picks from him for a few seconds. But oh, the reflect hype from Grip. We've seen a number of reflects tonight in this final, 3 or 4 already from T-Borden and Grip. But that reflect pipe from Grip onto Dixauce, no heavy take, it's another onto May. People are shooting things at this man and he is getting your teammates killed. The Ubers are going to be traded here, and it's definitely going the way of SDCK there, Dave.
Yeah, it's actually Assassin Plus. Was he on KritzKast? He's now back on Medigun regardless, and at least they did get the foresight to go do it with that crit, so it's not the end of the world. Buko gets sniped by a Likey as well, so now it's the offense that has to worry about that sniper peeking out aggressively, but they don't actually care. They're just Wing in. They're ignoring the fact there's a sniper to deal. Kidu goes very, very low as well. They feed a lot of players here. Equestria go forward and don't get quite as many frags as they would have wanted. Assassins perhaps overstayed his welcome as well. Mezzo chasing him down. There is a sandwich there for him, and actually Mezzo is just about cleaned up by a Buko body shot before he could take out Assassin.
Very close indeed. That could be the difference between having a successful trade here and having to wait another minute. Yeah, I'm not sure about the crits play. Maybe they just wanted to get the Ubers out as quickly as possible, but then go for a drive push, which they did, but they traded so many players, and the Ubers are going to be used here. Assassin's only at 90%, has to run back to spawn, isn't going to get caught. He is safe and sound, and that does mean they have this huge Uber advantage now for this first point. It's taken them a while. We've been here for a couple of minutes already, but maybe this is the opportunity they've been waiting for to try and go in and just clinically see out this point. But SDCK too wise for that. They've already got out. The sentry does go down. Likey, very weak, will get cleaned up by that flare. But other than that, they are back onto second here, Dave. And that was a lot of effort just to get this first point. 229.
Yeah, 229 definitely not ideal, but it's something they can work with, and now with that sniper pick, surely they can get an entry in on top of this hill, and actually Gedu staying forward, but he's just got a blob of combo classes around him, and no one's peeking forward, no one's denying their entry for Equestria Girls. So here they go, roaring over hill once more. Cart time is quite far back actually, gonna have to wait quite a while, gonna have to try and lock these SDCK boys down on the low ground. While it is, they're thinking about maybe getting their soldier up in position, but it's actually going to be SDCK just taking the Uber in with the small advantage that they have. May is onto Assassin Plus as well. The stickies may be ready for him, but he's just going to jump away from them, take out Namba as well. A 2-for-1 might actually, no, does get taken out by Lorne, but he got a value out of that May.
Yeah, that was absolutely huge. If May doesn't get the kill onto the medic there, then Equestria Girls can come into second, probably take it for free, and also have an Uber advantage for later on. But as it is, SDCK are holding on to second still. They're trying, like they're in the middle of a passive and an aggressive hold here. That sentry from Clark getting a kill and also just being, you know, annoying, slowing things down. And they do not want to give up this. They're fighting for everything. They managed to get down Namba, Lorne, Mong, all going down. They're saying if you're going to take the second point, you're going to have to fight for it. Dixos gets a lot of damage and eventually does get Assassin Plus with the help from May. And that's twice in a row now. Equestria Girls have lost their medic without using a charge. Buddy trying to pressure Buko, saying, you want to be forward by yourself? Then fine, you're going to have to fight me. And as it is, it's just everything looks like there's an opportunity for Equestria Girls to go forward, to maybe take a trade, get a push going in, and SDCK are saying, no, we're not going to make it easy for you. We're going to fight every single fight.
Yeah, and now they've got the forward hold set up as well. Wuna's taking quite low, has to eat a sandwich. Actually, Namba here is gonna take out Buddy, gonna open things up, gonna not have to deal with any stickies, not have to deal with any traps. SDCK just trying to reverse themselves back into this side tunnel area, but they have to pop it out, and it's just going to be a heavy Uber, going to find very, very little. Grip is already walking down onto that heavy. Buko is lining up his head as well, takes him out, finds Likey as well. He couldn't exit either. Clark is cleaned up. They're losing a lot of players here. SDCK, they bought a decent amount of time on second for sure, but now suddenly Equestria Girls have momentum back.
Yeah, definitely. They have an Uber advantage now. There's no Clark and no Likey, so they can start pressuring tracks here without worry of being headshot. And no sentry means they could maybe even just start sending some people forward, taking that space. Assassin Plus goes down though. Oh no, is that a drop? That is a drop from the heavy. Dixos in the spawn comes out and manages to get Assassin.
Yeah, it's I think Jackie Legs who'd done all the damage. Assassin had to surf away from him, but obviously surfing forward into the threat of the SDCK players, including that Ixor's heavy, just mowed him down. Probably didn't do too much damage with that long-range Tomislav, but it was enough.
It's enough to get the kill, and that's just completely flipped the momentum on its head, where you saw the space, the man advantage, the Uber advantage for Equestria Girls. And now it is SDCK with an aggressive sentry. They have players forward watching this slope, and they have an Uber in the bank. Assassin only at 50% right now, and that car hasn't even gone up the first ramp yet. SDCK don't want to leave this. They don't want to allow it to go for free. They want to make it as difficult as possible, because on those ramps the car will roll back and it is difficult to get up there. They're trying their best to do it, but Jackie Lake's on that little balcony there. There's going to be a big jump from Mong. He lands directly into the hole and falls down, and that sentry is actually going to block the car once it gets up that first ramp.
Yeah, you can see how SDCK want to play this. They're not overextending when they don't need to. They're all just blobbing around, that medic healing blobbing around. Now the banner as well, the Contra coming out for Jackie Legs, and they're not completely denying this card. They're not, focusing down kills. There's enough spam, there's enough threat that they can only tap the cart here and then. They have to step back off it, have to get healed back up. Equestria Girls, and it means while the car is moving, it's moving very, very slowly.
Yeah, it's just you're having to fight tooth and nail for every inch of this car. It does get up that first ramp now, so a little bit more easy to progress it now, as that sentry is no longer on the balcony. It's no longer watching that section of the car. But Timmy with the quick 2k there gets Mezzo and Clark with the enforcer, so the sentry is in elbow right now. It's not really going to do too much, and that car is being pushed almost up that second ramp, but you can see it just rolls back down agonizingly. And Likey watching as well, just making sure anyone who tries to touch that car is going to get headshot. But Assassin Plus has 100% here, Dave. If they push in now, make it clinical, make it clean, this could be the third point.
Yeah, no one is really peeking at the moment. Lorne is going to get taken out towards the Sea House area before, and they're really, really fearful of SDCK. What do they have ready for them? Do they have traps? Do they have a sightline? Going to pop in eventually. Actually, Buddy is going to find himself having to drop down to lower, jumping back up to his team on a not too much health as well. But at the end of the day, there's only a single frag with that Uber, and Equestria Girls lost 4 or 5. They're going to get flanked. May's going to claim Assassin. Namba's going to go down as well, and You can just see the fear on the Equestria Girls side. They weren't happy. They weren't looking to take space before the Uber. The Uber was not executed well at all, and the carts actually moved back through all of that.
Yeah, it's still rolling back now. If you have the 100% Uber, you want to go in, you have that advantage, you want to make sure that you're getting frags, you're getting space, you're getting something, but to lose all of that, not even kill the enemy medic, so they now have the advantage, and now they're on the chase. Grip will go down, Assassin gets cleaned up, May taking that Uber and getting 3 kills out of it, and that's exactly what they wanted. The cart not being pushed anymore, Buddy actually jumping across and cleaning up the cart pushers. And this is what happens once you're in this Uber deficit, where you're not even leapfrogging anymore. You're just constantly losing your medic to the enemy team. It just makes the defenders all the more powerful in this position. Look where they're holding right now. Buddy's up on this top balcony. The sentry is watching slope. It's going to be very, very difficult for them to get any space. They managed to get the sentry down and Jackie legs, so maybe the chance now to get some pressure on the cart. But a lot of effort being going in as SDCK approaching that Uber 90%.
Yeah, and Assassin's taken quite low. There wasn't a heavy, it wasn't a sandwich for him either. His sniper goes low, his pyro goes low, and now the Uber's coming out from SDCK. Dixos and May chasing forward. Assassin launched in the air, is cleaned up. Nice little surf from Gedu to get himself out there with 40 health. He will live to fight another day, but it doesn't look like Equestria Girls will.
This is the point where you start to get frustrated, you start to feel like you're banging your head against the wall. This is 3-4 times in succession where, Equestria Girls have been pressuring and the defensive Ubers come out, caught their medic, and they've had to reset. Buddy does get backstabbed by Timmy, so that's a 20-second respawn queue for him. But again, this aggressive sentry gets down Grip with the Wrangler. It's just making them lose players. It's just not easy for them to get any space whatsoever. The dispenser does go down, and that was where Gedu was hiding. Little dispenser armor, as we see Mon go down to the reflect pipe. It's looking hard. 2:45 left on the clock. It is essentially equal Ubers here. Slim advantage for Assassin, about 5%. Nothing really to talk about. But Dixos getting backstab is also going to give them a little bit more space. That HP not on the battlefield anymore. The counter Uber comes in. Assassin down to 8 HP. Doesn't use the Uber, Dave. Absolute balls of steel.
He's not going to use that Uber because he actually came up on KritzKast. All his players have gone down. He's going to have to run all the way back to spawn to resub, but at least they have 100%, which is ready to go. Gedu was actually taken out and all of that. I haven't got... Again, the cart is still not super close. Lorne and Smith very, very much out of sync. They're not fighting together at the same times. They're getting picked here and there. The cart movement is really not there for Equestria Girls, but now... Oh, I was going to say they have crits, but sadly, Likey takes Assassin Plus out. Equestria Girls will still chance their hand. They'll still go forward, but no crits here, ready to go.
That's the problem with crits. You can use it, but it does not make you invincible, and you are susceptible to those insta kills. I like a headshot. The cart is being pushed though, despite, here comes the I was going to say the counter, but it's the defensive conch, and Lorne actually gets the cap. Gets that third cap, going to get those forward spawns now. Jackie Legs does get the kill, but it's not enough to stop the cart, so SDCK have to retreat back to last now. And it's going to be a long time. 11:55 for the first 3 points already, like on a 7 kill streak. Equestria Girls have the opportunity to maybe just dry push this now. There's no sentry up. Maybe they can go for a sack, try to get the force out of Gedu. But yeah, it's at least giving them a chance to push last here, Dave. But it's not going to be a happy time.
Yeah, CK are in control of tiles, so I'd expect probably a sack coming in. Timmy is just playing on one of these boxes towards the cut point, probably just giving some information to his aim. Buddy goes quite low, but there's a banner up here for Jackie Legs going forward, and actually Assassin Plus gets stabbed in all of that. Just the threat of the Contra coming in, they heard it, they took their eye off the ball, they didn't turn around for the spy, and Mezzo comes in and takes that medic frag.
This is why people talk about Mezzo being the best spy in Europe, because he goes for those priority picks, he gets a large amount of kills, but it's also the timing, and that definitely has to, credit has to go to the team there, always going in and synergizing, managing to make sure that you're going in for the picks at the right time. Clark with the Rescue Ranger crits taking down Buko behind enemy lines. At this point, you got to question, is this BM making sure you don't lose hope, you don't start thinking, oh, there's no point in continuing here, and you actually see it out until, the round is over and give yourself a best possible chance, because who knows, they may be able to hard hold SDCK on third. That is entirely possible. We've seen stranger things happen, but we are continuing with the gameplay now. The pause is over. We'll have to see what happens here. Another defensive conch coming out from Jackie Legs, just pressuring main, which is where the majority of the Equestria Girls players are. Looks like they're going up the stairs now.
Yeah, just going to walk in through main. Have to pop very, very early because the sniper's still on the field. But actually take Dixos and Clark out before that Uber's even popped out for SDCK. It's going to be a longer Uber, and they have got a ton of frags for it. Likey, though, is backed up. These are some opening picks. Wuna looking to go forward. But at the moment, positional... most of the important positions are still just about claimed by SDCK. But surely some respawners can come in. Wuna going very, very low, and actually Dagu's going to have to swim out of that, and he does get launched into the pit. That's going to be Lorne claiming that kill. I don't know if it was the sentry gun or the shotgun, but either way, SDCK are losing players here. I don't see anyone really in position to block up. Mezzo is going to go for one last attempt at it. T-Borden can't even get out of spawn. Jack Legs is just spamming at a pyro. That's never going to work. And finally, Equestria Girls cap it out, but it's 14 minutes and 48 seconds.
I'm not going to ask what you'd be saying to them if you were in their voice comms right now. Yeah, it's hard to motivate yourself, hard to keep your head in the game with a 14:48 minute time. Yeah, difficult. I will say, whenever these kind of things happen, I always say, it's never over till it's over. Obviously, we've seen some crazy things happen. We've seen teams come back from the brink and manage to win it. I remember just Deutschland 2015, that Highlander LAN, there was a semi-final. I think it was Highlander. They had a time of about 12-13 minutes, and everyone was like, it's over. And the first 3 points got rolled, and they had to hold last, and they managed to hold last for about 10 minutes until the round timer ticked off. So that's the kind of thing we're going to have to see from Equestria Girls if they're going to win this round. SDCK know that they have a lot of time to play with, nearly 15 minutes, and if they do manage to push in that time, then they're going to win this second round and take the first map of this series. We'll be moving on to Prout. So Equestria Girls, like you said, Dave, they could be thinking, hey, this is still winnable, or their minds could already be on that second map.
Yeah, I'd hope they're just keeping it chill, not over worrying about this map now. It is probably beyond them at this stage. Hopefully give it a good go. Clark is looking to move in, just run straight into Lord's sentry gun. Like he's finding a little bit of space towards this car at the moment, just everyone stacking up in it. And now the bomb is coming in from Jackie Legs. Uber is out as well from Gedu, just trying to go forward with that demo, and Jackie Legs gets himself out of there. Grip is taken out actually by May. In the meantime, Mezzo is looking to create some shenanigans, and Buddy is in onto Assassin. Assassin goes very, very high in the air, and it's actually going to crater.
Wow, Buddy going deep like we know he likes to do, and just looking at the rest of the kill feed, the amount of people that are dead, it's not looking good for Equestria Girls. That first point is going to go down. Clark literally just taunting on the cart. Likey leaving the game and rejoining. This must have been where the pause happened earlier on, perhaps. I'm not sure. Maybe it was in between rounds. But as it is right now, 13:35 left on the clock, and it looks like second may also be a lost cause. We do see Equestria Girls fighting for it. They want to try and get as much time as possible, and they are actually getting some kills here.
Yeah, just good syncing up. Numbers damage, and Schmidt peeking forward, and Grip as well getting a reflect. All that came down into that same kind of corner that SDCK were all perched in on top of. And there we go, they just pressure SDCK back, get a little bit of space. Yeah, there's not too many players there, but Buddy and May are the two you'd want in this Uber, and here they are just taking it in straight from car. Decently dodged away from Assassin. Does take about 100 damage for his trouble, but Smith is now on top. Unfortunately, Assassin is going to have to pop out. They're kind of caught between a bunch of SDCK players. It looks like they'll mostly survive, but now they will keep the hold, and they will still have that sentry gun. Jack Legs doing his best to spam it down from that perch, down from that high ground, but the hold is still on here.
The hold is still on. The only casualty, Lorne, 15 seconds in that respawn queue, but have that level 3 in a decent position. Buko with the snipe onto Gedu takes the man's head clean off. And that's absolutely huge for them to get a bit of solidification on this second point now. Buddy, though, is doing things in that side tunnel, manages to trade with Wuna. But yeah, this sentry still living, and Assassin has this advantage now, so it's up to SDCK to try and do something. They're the ones who have to try and get the force out of Assassin, or at least get the pick on him before he gets that 100%. And yeah, Equestria Girls looking the best they've done so far in this map.
Yeah, they're gonna hold though, and gonna hold for a long time. Meso is just lurking underneath them, getting a little bit more info. He's gonna try and go back in now, just trying to find time and trying to find an entrance. Gonna give himself to Big House. May is a long way in behind through all of this. He's gonna actually duel the engineer. I don't know if Lord running back there was wise. Losing your engineer just for a flanking scout doesn't seem like an ideal scenario. And the unpause does come back in here with very much uncertainty from Equestria Girls. You can see Namba wanted to go forward, they wanted to take the banner. He was sold out by the rest of his team who were backing up, and I think what's happening? Clark has like a mini sentry on the spawn door?
Clark just behind, like just causing havoc, just being an annoyance. Yeah, UGC Grand Final, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Clark show, getting in behind and doing stuff. Meanwhile, his team getting this cap. Big bombing from Mong actually gets the force out of Gedu, so that Uber just has to be used, and they're not going to be able to do much with this. The car has so much distance to travel before it even gets close to the third point, and Assassin's going to get to that Uber. So now we're in the situation, Dave, which we saw on third between these two sides on the previous phase, where the defending team at this point was SDCK, having the Uber advantage of being aggressive with their Ubers, chasing down the medic. Let's see what SDCK do. Are they going to fall into the same trap, or how are they going to play this to try and get the Uber out and manage to keep pressuring the Scar?
Yeah, they're trying to replicate SDCK's hold at the moment here at Equestria Girls. They are holding on just about for now. Smith and Lorne have died, but they've taken out a lot of SDCK players. Like, he seems to be having a lot of issues connecting and reconnecting to the server. I did see Clark did briefly have a teleport up. Yeah, he has got a teleport up, but he has got taken out, so he'll have to go back to the respawn. And it looks like Mong, he's searching for that teleport, but he can't find it. Actually, Dick Source is going to be able to go through and go in behind.
I feel like this is just like flank the game right now. Players going behind all over the shop. We are going to see this car go up the first ramp, and
the Dick Source runs straight in as Assassin Plus was walking back. Does get the force out. Big flank, big teleport by Clark, paying off at the end of the day. They do get the force. I mean, it was when Gedu was already dead and just respawning, so there's not too much value overall to that force, but maybe they can make it work with a dry push.
Yeah, I mean, no NG, no demo, no sentry to deal with. It's a good opportunity. Buko playing very, very aggressive, just watching the slope and managing to get the snipes earlier on onto Gedu has really put his team in a good position. Buddy going forward and just getting caught out there, not really getting much value out of anything. Mong, the only casualty, and they'll be happy to trade that. No, Schmidt falls into the hole, misses his jump onto the balcony, and just slips in. And yeah, players are dying now, Dave, and this looks like SDCK are going to take it for free.
Yeah, card's pretty close now. You can see May. Namba's going to try and commit. He's just going to... Oh, it takes too long with that Uber. Does eventually block the card just a little bit, but May isn't taken out. May isn't fragged, so he's going to walk back. Actually, no, he's going to get sniped, but they are losing players here. Equestria Girls. It's going to be an important, heavy 1v1. Smith is just going to recommit. He's going to try and run down. Gedu does take him out. He's going to just W forward, but Assassin Plus goes down like he finally back in the server. And Mong gets launched off somehow.
Yeah, I saw Jackie Legs fall off the map as well. Buko, meanwhile, is on an 11 kill streak.
Called Epic Meme Lords.
Epic Meme Lords. I like it, I like it. Well, that story was enough to trigger the gamers back into action. They're ready. Buko with a 12 kill streak now is going to take down Buddy. He was that person furthest forward. And at the moment, it does look like SDCK have control of this corner. They are pressuring the car. want to see what goes on here. Does look like they're defending the car for the time being here, Dave. And I think Buko being alive is just enough to make it awkward for people as he gets another one. And he gets Gedu 13 kills in a row now. And no medic for SDCK.
Yeah, like you asking in the server, how do you fix a VAC error? guess don't install those programs to start with. That was your issue. But either way, real issues. Oh, Buko hits another headshot at them just as he goes into the car. Jackie legs it with a big bomb. Assassin just going to do a good job kiting forward, letting Jackie legs go in behind, and Smith's going to clean him up here. There's some space once more for Buddy, but Clark goes down on the cart while all that's happening. Just one-man sniper machine just hitting headshot after headshot onto the car. And it's a body shot onto Gedu as the SDCK would try to escape, and suddenly SDCK are looking in disarray.
Yeah, 5 minutes left on the round timer, so they have to capture third within the next 5 minutes. But the thing that's more important is probably the 6:25 for the entire round, as Buko beats his kill streak from the semi-final. He's up to 17 now as he takes down Likey. We see some people doing some unboxing in the chat during the pause. But at the moment, Equestria Girls lost a lot of their players. The level 3 is still up, Buko is still up, and Assassin is still up, but Buko finally goes down. That kill streak ended by Likey, and only 4 players left alive now. 5:55, just under 6 minutes to go. And that's what Equestria Girls need to do. They have to hold on for this amount of time to force it into a third round on this first map. SDCK, though, know that they can win this in the next 5 minutes, and they were going to be moving on to map 2.
Yeah, it's still quite a long time for them to hold on to last, and they don't have too much presence in tiles. Monk is just playing towards that box there. There is a teleporter, so they do have that option once SDCK. Not sure about this. Equestrians are looking to go down into this main area. They do have a new hand ready to go. And I wouldn't be surprised if we get forced pretty quickly.
Yeah, I mean, playing on this low ground, it's a good way to kind of go in and get a trade if that's where the combo is. But take a look at where SDCK are now. They're taking the high ground. They're already up in a really, really good position, and now Assassin playing close to the spawn has to be careful. The Uber is going to be used. We're seeing people just getting killed there. It's going to be Namba going down. Buko on a 3k, just taking down the players, trying to push the cart. Grip does go down to Buddy. So no pyro to control this area now, and just you do not want to be on the low ground if you're a defending team on this last point. But Equestria Girls are doing pretty well in this position, but SDCK just have so much space. They have high ground, they have the cart pressure, and Equestria just their backs against the walls, nowhere to move.
Yeah, and I'm just Jackie Legs, who was more aware of that teleporter than the Equestria Girls were themselves, and he was able to take it out. So that's no longer an option. They're going to have to play from either spawn or upper spawn at the moment. Either way, it's not an ideal scenario. Smith shot in towards Clark. There's a rack to deal with as well. Mong's going to find some space up top in tiles. Trying to they're trying to get some pressure in towards the spawn doors. 4 frags have gone down for SDCK. Cart is moving very, very close. Numbers not only just getting some sticks on the cart. Uber is out. Buddy going to the top spawn. He's going to take out Buko with a nuke on that spawn door. Going to jump out as well. Taking down Lawn. Does go down for it, but now there's only 4 Equestria Girls.
Yeah, very, very chaotic. Uber's just being used to clean up as many kills as possible, but there's not enough players. We also have the logs available. Taking a look at the numbers here, and it's actually Likey, despite having those connectivity issues in the second round, top fragging with 43 kills, 1 more than Buko, who had 42. Jackie also popping up with nearly, pretty much a kill a minute. Looking at the time, 41 minutes, but with those pauses, slightly less. And over 400 damage, but the top damager, Dave, was actually Namba. Over 500 DPM, getting more damage than Buddy. Not as many kills, but definitely pumping out that damage. And SDCK, the defending champions, are 1 map to the good. They won 2-0 on Upward. Equestria Girls yet to get around onto the board, but this is their map choice. Want to Proot. It's a different game mode. It's King of the Hill, and we're seeing Mong with the aggressive bomb straight away. Gets Likey killed immediately. And that's a great opening for Equestria. I'll have to see how SDCK respond to this, because it looks like they're playing rather passive at the moment.
Yeah, you'd imagine them to play fairly passive with this sniper advantage. They just want to keep the hit. The combo's now starting to walk forward, and it's out Coco, but they are at the moment just going to take the cap back up a little bit space. Buddy's able to plow forward. Uber is out for red, going to launch team back, but it's going to be a longer Uber here for SDCK. Number has to make sure he's in position, not going to get encircled. Mong coming in with a bomb. At the moment they're holding on here. Equestria Girls cap is pretty close. Fighting continues, but that frag onto Assassin is going to mean SDCK are going to be happy just to settle and keep their men alive.
Yeah, they're just playing the point to try and get as much cap time as possible, bait the enemy team forward to say, hey, we're capping it, you've got to do something about it. And as they do that, Buddy's able to get that kill onto Assassin, which means not only do they have control of the point now, but they have an Uber advantage, 30% for Yadu over Assassin Plus, who's just hitting 30 now. And Equestria Girls now have it all to do. They have to try and go for a sack here, trying to get the force or do something, as Jackie Legs is lurking behind, jumping around and being annoying. But cap time from Namba here, just walking forward, gets Likey down. Look at the amount of kills they are getting. And they're just walking forward and taking it for free here, Dave.
Yeah, very smart, just holding W, who was just about getting up to 80%. They had to go at that exact timing and was perfectly executed. Buddy is still alive. Gedu has got himself out of there, but the Ubers are equalized because he was separated for a long time.
Yeah, so now SDCK losing a couple of players there. Buku gets backstabbed. Ubers are going to be traded. Grip just air blasting them away, not allowing them to have any sort of calm on the point and know what they're doing. Buddy trying to get some damage down, but just being forced away. A lot of damage onto the combo of Equestria, but they're staying alive. Team Bottom with the reflect kill onto Mong, and maybe all of that damage is going to be enough, especially as Namba just gets body shot there by Likey. SDCK do take the point back, but they're 30 seconds behind, and Equestria definitely showing that being aggressive here is working out for them.
Yeah, but everyone's very, very weak. Buko's having to get priority kills. Wuna couldn't even get those arrows for him, as he's going to get sniped before he can eat a sandwich, and now space is being given up. SDCK are looking to get forward on the point. Dickman's just playing nice and far forward. Fake was going to come out for getting, but he just have a sliver of advantage. Smith shot's going to go down on the point. Likey finds a frag onto Grip, and it looks like Equestria Girls, they're just losing a few too many players before the push even starts.
Yeah, you don't want to do that, and that's the thing that kind of frustrates you on King of the Hill. You're getting ready to go for a push, you have, you know, an Uber ready, and then you lose a player to a spy, you lose a player to a sniper. Jackie Legs bombs in and tries to get the force on your medic, but Assassin is not going to use that easily, holds on to that 100% here, which is going to be absolutely vital. But Mezzo gets the backstab onto Namba, and just as what we were talking about, Dave, getting those kills just to slow down your push and make it more and more awkward for you.
Very nice from Mong as well, going to hit important rockets up. There's going to be an Uber out, and Assassin is going to get now. He's going to just use the Uber out onto Grip on the right hand side of the point. But all this time, SDCK have been taking time off them. May's looking to fight just a bit longer, and surely now Equestria Girls will walk on, take the cup back their favour, and might look to continue to hold W here. They have a couple of picks, they have important frags on things, they have a bit of space, but no, they think better of it. No one's healed up enough, no one's really in position, and actually Buka now taken out like he will open things up. Mong in for another bomb into the combo, but won't quite work out.
Yeah, as it stands, SDCK lead in time, but Equestria Girls have control of the point. Pressure is coming down for Blue, trying to get that cap back. Namba trying to defend it, but look how weak everybody in the combo is, and the reflect pipe from T. Borden is going to take down the demo. And it just feels like every single time they are pressuring the cap here, baiting Equestria onto the point to try and defend it and just put so much damage down that they don't commit. And maybe they should commit to try and at least trade, but you know, it's worse for them just backing off. And as you can see, they're just walking across the point now, just laying down the damage. Assassin uses the Uber, doesn't really have anyone to use it with, and that is going to be the catalyst for SDCK to use that Uber, go on the chase, try and clean up some kills here. They managed to get some important players down. 14 seconds left on the clock. It's going to be really hard for Equestria to get back onto the point now.
Yeah, tragic Uber there for Equestrian Girls. Now SDCK looking to go forward. Namba's going to launch himself in. Getting us to serve up onto the high ground to actually take that out by a nice pipe from Namba, but I think SDCK have too many players on the point, just about going to claim it.
Yeah, 1-0 now, and that was definitely closer than, I mean, up wasn't too far off. I mean, when we considered that first round was incredibly close, considering how far the car got pushed. And there's only a few minutes on the second round, but definitely looking to be more of Equestria Girls' cup of tea. Of course, they chose it, so we would hope that is the case. We'll have to see if we get a similarly fast start. Mong is in. Doesn't manage to get Likey this time, but causes a bunch of people to turn around. Actually takes down May, and so many players in SDCK turn around for that Equestria just able to walk across the point here and manage to get the cap. A much better mid-fight from them compared to the first round.
Yeah, Mong has been a really effective spearhead at the moment. Smith eats a very nice Jackie Legs direct, but will survive. Well, they're not for long because Like is able to finish him off with that hipfire little shot onto him. Did see Timmy was in position maybe to go for Buddy, but he'll live. But someone who won't is Gedu. He is body shot down by Buko. And now there's going to be no heals, no Uber for SDCK, and Assassin Plus is sitting pretty on 100%.
Yeah, Jackie goes in, gets one rocket.
Oh, it's a drop.
Mezzo comes in and, you know, just doesn't go for the backstab, gets the revolver, cleans up the damage that was put down by Jackie Legs, and just look at Equestria Girls now just crumbling to pieces, losing so many players. And Assassin respawns. He's only got Timmy to heal in order to build this Uber, and SDCK just so clinical, losing their medic there, not panicking, going forward, and just absolutely decimating the enemy team.
Yeah, unfortunate for Assassin. He wanted to hold on, but Mezzo was there. Now Mong is already in a little bit ahead of the rest of his team. His damage is not going to be followed up, and actually Arrow comes out onto Buddy basically immediately, within less than a second. All that attack attempt from Mong is completely cancelled out. SDCK just very, very powerful, just trying to hard hold forward on this point. Interesting to see Equestria goes here all bunched up on this cliff area. Now Woon is going to go forward. They're going to force stuff out just by the heavy holding W with that buff. Assassin is not in a great position there. Got, I think, launched a little bit awkwardly and got caught by that Uber, and now they'll be happy with that scenario. Wasn't the greatest place to get forced, but they've got the medic back in hand.
Yeah, it's feeling a lot like that that third point on upwards. Gedu very, very weak there, but gets a tasty meal to get his health back up. And actually, Assassin Plus is going to get gunned down by Dixos. He's going to cost his medic's life as well as Gedu gets headshot. But yeah, at the moment, things not looking too badly. I mean, considering how many times they've lost their medic, Equestria Girls are only actually about 30 seconds behind, and now they have an Uber advantage. So they're in a pretty good position off of the back of that mid-fight win. And now it's up to SDCK to put in the work to see if they can try and break this hold. It looks like they just want to go hit dry though.
Yeah, does look a little bit like Assassin Plus is tilted if he's running in with his melee to follow up on his team's damage. Actually, his team is just dying on the point in front of him. Jackie Legs is in, nice reflect grip will stop that, but they'll have to back out. They lost far too many players. You can just see how coordinated SDCK are, all keeping the point at the same time, and the damage just goes down to those front players so quickly.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said about just going forward and hitting your shots, and if you do that, then what it seems to be doing is just scaring Equestria Girls from actually committing to the fights on the point. Maybe a little bit too much respect shown, I don't know. Mezzo going in for the kill onto the medic again, but gets caught out and has to back away. Buko going down though to the Clark. Frontier Justice Kritz. This is the first time he's done that today. He's on a 3k right now as well. And the Uber is going to be used, but it's a much better Uber for Blue. They're going to be trying to chase back here, clean up the frags on the flank. They get grip. In comes Namba, trying to get something done. A lot of damage going down. Actually escapes with his life too. But it's still control of the point and control of the fight from SDCK.
Yeah, it wasn't a great Uber by SDCK, but the reflects from Borden are just insane. He's reflecting absolutely every projectile. Grip is sending a few back his way as well, as both of these pirates are completely on point at the moment. Now they're actually going to fight over the point. SDCK looking to go forward. They have the position here, they have the players. I don't think there's anything really stopping them super committing. They're just going to get Mezzo back in the back lines to get a little bit more information, but at the moment Equestria Girls really struggling to make any presence felt on the point while SDCK on the flank.
Yeah, they've got to try and pressure the point here now. They've got a lot of cap time, but it is going to go into overtime. 0 seconds for SDCK, so they just need to wait for that point to degrade, or now capture the point, and they will win the second round. And Equestria getting very aggressive here. Mong with the 2K, Buddy and May falling aside to that bomb, and a little bit of BM happening in chat here between the teams. And yeah, I mean, Equestria Girls have 60 seconds left on the clock. They have to hold it. They have to try and win this. Jackie with the bomb gets one rocket onto Assassin, isn't able to land any more damage, and the rest of the combo is walking forward, trying to get some damage down. Wuno is going to go down so quickly. Jackie is able to get some damage on the flank as well, and this aggression assassin goes down to about 10 HP. May is still chasing, will go down to the pistol, and just off a drive push, Dave, they managed to get what, 5-6 kills and capture the point.
Yeah, or not quite captured just yet, but look how many frags they have and the fastest towards as well. Borden is much healthier than Timmy or anyone else. Just going to walk and cap it out, and there we go. It was overtime. They just needed that cap, and now they're one round away from taking this UGC title. Yeah,
taking their 16th UGC Platinum title. It's been a bit of a one-sided affair. Equestria Girls were the chosen ones this time around to try and, you know, wrestle that title from them. Still not over. They just need to win the next 3 rounds of Prut to force it to a map 3, and then obviously go on to win that map as well. But it's a tall order. Very, very aggressive here across the point. SDCK decided to go for the flank route. Look how much damage is done on those players. They managed to get the kills, but they're all very, very weak. Can't really commit. Just healing up now and rotating, and somehow coming out in a half decent position. No, they're starting to lose players now, Dave. But 3 mid-fight wins out of 3, I think. Actually, no, the last 2 from Equestria Girls. But yeah, they're starting off strong. They just need to see it out for the entire round.
Yeah, an assassin there. For a second time, this mid-fight escapes with about 10 HP. That's about living. Been very charmed and life this one, but he's not going to back down. And just going to use that Uber across on the right side onto Smith and Namba, but Smith is completely encircled. Not even the stone pop is enough for him to get away from that SDK onslaught. But Grip has found himself in from the flank. There's players for him to chase down. May's going to go down, but not before he takes out Namba. But overall, SDCK weren't able to cap through that, and there's nearly a minute off the clock here for the ponies.
Yeah, I was just going to say, SDCK, you know, looking strong on the repush. You know, when there's nothing else really going on, they just hold W, go forward, and manage to just win the fights, get the capture, and then hold on for longer. But you know, nearly a minute off by Equestria Girls is a really, really good start. We saw that in the second round as well. It's just about how they break down this hold. They seem to be less successful in getting the space, going forward, and actually, you know, making sure they can capture the point and hold on to it for slightly longer.
Yeah, they're looking to move back in now. Mong is in behind. He's really focusing Clark right now, but Clark has some buddies to back him up. Jackie Legs and May are back, and then they're straight back into action. They're going to trade aggressively here. SDCK onto Dixor's Wuna takes a lot of damage. See, the health on the Equestria Girls is not very solid, and Clark is going to run in with his crits. Gets 1 frag onto Smithshot, gets a second onto Wuna as well, and now Jackie Legs is in. He's onto Assassin. Dodged around decently by Assassin, but the space that was made by Jackie Legs allows Likey to snipe down. When Buddy is on the fix, he's going forward, he's trying to cut off Assassin's escape. Amazing behind. There's just so many players looking to chase down that one medic, and despite them all being cleaned up, Equestria Girls can't get position.
Yeah, and because of the amount of resources they invested there to try and get Assassin, they've lost enough players to basically have to give this point up for free. So Equestria Girls are going to walk forward, get the cap down. They are about 30 seconds behind. Big bombing from Jackie Legs, lands 1 rocket onto Assassin, isn't able to get Okay, I called that too soon. Is able to get the next rocket and takes down the medic. And when you've got plays like that in your back pocket, it's so easy as Buko does a little taunt onto the point, and Geddy's going to say, thank you very much. That is an amputated kill for me. And it's a complete wipe, Dave. A complete wipe in Highlander. Assassin spawns on his lonesome. No one dead for SDCK. They're going to capture the point, and they're 130 away from winning yet another title.
Yeah, they came very close to fragging Gedu in that. He went down to a sliver of health, but lived importantly. They already taken a chunky advantage over Assassin as well. Look to move in through Cliff once more. Equestria Girls, I haven't really seen top teams do this as much as Equestria Girls are doing, but you can see immediately SDCK know what to do. They're going to stick Buddy on point to lock down the right hand side. Dixor's playing forward with the buff, moving over left. Mong is jumping in. He takes out getting one rocket down onto Buddy, but Equestria Girls are mostly out of here. Jackie Legs lands on top of Assassin. Nice little surf from him, but May and Borden are still on the chase. They do take him out. SDCK actually lose everyone other than Likey, but they bought themselves a good time advantage.
Yeah, they bought so much time out of that, and it's basically going to be equal Ubers because of the fact they've got Assassin there. So, you know, Equestria could have been sitting on, hey, like, we've got the point and we've got an Uber advantage. 1 minute 30 is a very, very doable time to sort of hold on for that. But now with equal, SDCK know they can just walk forward, take fights, take trades, and as long as they keep their medic alive, they're in a really, really good position here. But there's pressure. Mong jumping in. Damage from Namber as well. Like he is getting 7-8 kill streak. Takes down Timmy and Schmidt in quick succession. Look how far forward Equestria are here. But they're losing players. It's a really nice idea to try and catch them straight out of the gates. But Clark with the revenge crits is going to take down another couple. And SDCK are kind of in this situation where Grip and Assassin are behind with 75% Uber here.
Yeah, there's nobody needs a saw here. Assassin does get the saw onto, but he doesn't get the kill, but does get the Uber, but being body blocked by Mate, no room to escape. Huffed up in the corner. It's a sunny distance for Assassin. He's going to kill bind in the air. SDCK capped throughout all of that. Now there's just 15 seconds left. Uber ready to go for SDCK, and I think we're very close to a GG here, CeeJaey.
It's very, very close. 5 seconds. They have to get bodies on the point now. But there is an Uber that they are being faced with. T. Borden versus Schmidt versus Grip. Namber jumps in. Runa is there trying to gun get people down. Likey on an 11 kill streak now. He's able to get the snipes. They managed to capture the point here. But at what cost? It's cost them so many players. Assassin is burning to death. And those respawn times are going to be so long. There's going to be taunts on the point, amputator heals coming out, and it's going to be 3-0 on the second map. SDCK take it 2 maps to 0, 2-0 on Upward and 3-0 on Fruit. They are going to be the UGC Platinum champions of Season 40. It's their 16th title, Dave, and at this point, with the number of actually established teams playing UGC, it's hard to see anyone stopping them.